got to be careful because there's two little oil seals there. Just gently pry them off. They are seals. Gaskets. Gaskets. I think I'll put those seals in the box just to make certain I don't lose anything. Now it's come off. Take a picture of this when you undo it. It's confusing when it goes back together again if you don't know exactly where it goes. So you really want to take a picture of where this links up to and where the throttle links up to, just for reference. Makes life a lot easier later on down the line, because I've done this a few times now, so I know where they go. Don't want to disturb the carburetor. There's no need to. Now we're down to cylinder heads, rockers, and back. First of all, I've got to take off these, which I didn't state that you need a spanner to do that, so let me go and get a spanner. So I'm back with a tool pan. I think it's 10 mil. Yeah, 10 mil. You've got some little spaces below this. There you go. There's your spaces. Your rocker, and you've also got your con rods, which you'll find on the exhaust side are steel, on the air side they're aluminium, so you've got to be careful when putting it back that the aluminium doesn't go to the heat side of the head. They'll just bend and melt, well not melt, but they will just bend. Same goes on the other side. Two spacers, aluminium, steel. So that's there. The head, I will take it off. take spark plugs out first. I might have to have the head shaved, skimmed down. So this can be done later to stop anything going into that head. $13 mil. Comes off with the linkage. Just leave it on. It'll save you more time when we're reassembling. Gaskets. Set the head gaskets aside. They will be replaced. Off comes the crankcase. Put them in the box. Gently. This is where the problem was. And there you have it, guys. You're down to your pistons, which is 4 bolts. Pistons are out. It's all yucky. So let's just take the followers out. They will only eventually drop. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put it back exactly the same position it came out of. So the front of the engine first, back of the engine second. Back of the engine, front. The reason why I'm doing that is because the steel wears slightly, conrods wear slightly differently than the aluminium do. So if one's seated itself in nicely, I'm going to keep it like that. So there is your followers are off. one shell. Now remember, in actual fact, saying that, I'm going to tie something on. You have to remember which shell came off which piston. So let's take out one piston at a time and put the shells back on. Good. And you have to remember which piston goes into which cylinder, because they don't go in vice versa. They have to go back in the way you took them out. They will not go together, and if you fitted it all together incorrectly, you'll have to undo what you've done. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So this piston goes to the right hand side of the so what I'll do is I'll label the piston so that I know which one goes where. I'll label this one back right. That way then I know which one goes where. Another one. And then just take off the shell, and I'll rotate the piston to the top. There she goes. Makes it easy to come out. There she is. I'll put the bolt back in. I don't need to label it, but I'm going to label it, because if that one falls off, and just label that one back left. Now, should that one fall off, I've got this one, so I know that one goes there and vice versa. Well, that's all I need to strip down. I'm going to take the heads over to the engineering shop to have them skimmed down. I'm going to put on new head gaskets and new piston rings. That'll be tomorrow, so I'll get it on Wednesday, today being Monday, and then I will assemble the engine back up. As you remember, I told you to mark up the pistons back right and back left. Put a bit of oil on it just to give it a bit of lubrication. Take the piston ring compressor, make sure it's all level. Yep. tighten it up to compress the piston rings. It's all tight, tight, tight. Pop the piston in, and we should be able to tap it all the way home. That's the general idea. There you go, piston in. Same with the right one. Bit of oil. Bit of oil in the bore. Slacken off the piston ring compressor. Retighten it a little bit over the piston. Now I generally tend to bring it right down to this part here. That way I've got all the pistons rings compressed. Nice and tight. There. With a bit of oil. Undo the bearing. Yep, oiled up. Popped in. Little couple of taps. In she goes. As simple as that, I say. So with that, both of the pistons in, we can continue with the cylinder heads. So we take the bearings, give them a little bit of oil, tilt the engine slightly. Reaching up. Bit of oil. Bearing on. She's tightened up. Ready to put the cylinder heads back on. Yep, it's all turning lovely. I will have to get a smaller torque wrench to get into those. So now we'll put the cam followers in. Do that by turning the engine up. And then the hardest ones to get in are the back ones. So just get a pair of pliers, a bit like this. One in, next back one. Screwdriver just to push it in. The front are a lot easier to do. Let's see if I can get that on camera. In she goes. In she goes. Then we just drop in the camshaft itself. With the camshaft you've got a little point dot, you'll see it's just there. That has to line up with the little dots here. Cannot be a tooth out, it must be exactly matching. No, that's out the tooth. There we go. Now you'll see it comes back a bit. You'll see both dots are lining up. There we go. Now we can put the cylinder heads on. We have the gaskets. These are supplied to me. I bought them, but I got them from Briggs bits. Part number 805653S. And then I'll just offer the gasket up. Correct. Do a couple of turns. Then the other side. Same part number. Couple of turns, couple of turns. Yep. I have this on a very low torque. These are torqued up to 165 pounds per square inch, which I'll do a little bit later. you remember, I told you that the exhaust must have the steel rod in and the inlet the aluminium. If you get them around the other way, they will actually bend. So make certain you get the aluminium to the inlet and the stainless to the exhaust. There we go. We've got tiny little seats to seat them in. Next we put on the rockers. The rockers have spaces. You can't get them way down one way. Well, that's the Briggs & Stratton engine rebuilt. If you like the videos that I make, please hit the subscribe button and smash on that little bell, then you'll get the next video, which is going to be the engine actually running. And if you like the video, give me the thumbs up, and any comments you have, stick them in the box below. Well guys, bye for now.